Hello. Welcome, guys. I'm Regole. I am joined by...
Hello, I'm Duxior. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is all bosses, again, but now
New all
mirrored.
bosses.
Yes. This is the that was still it was still kind of being worked on while the tournament
Mm-hmm.
was going, and
Well-
it's not the most tournament friendly route, I guess, but
No, I think I could actually
fun.
run this for a tournament now, but like it's taken some practice for sure. But this is a very, very fast route with a bunch of new strats, mostly discovered by our good friend Androv, who is a madman. You're going to be seeing a lot of new stuff, and the record has been slowly approaching sub 1 hour. So hopefully we'll get that soon. But yeah, all these new strats saved about 3 minutes off of the previous route, which was Swordle Mage, the Black Knight Greatsword plus Sorcery route. There are two different versions of this route. One of them is with the Dragon Tooth. The other is with the Black Knight Greatsword. Right now, today, we're going to be showing you the Dragon Tooth route because we do not have to farm for a Black Knight Greatsword. They're both they use similar strats, but the routing is definitely different.
And this one's faster, right? That's what we agreed on
Right,
before.
exactly. I mean, it has the record, so clearly it's faster. Also has the best sum of best, so scientifically the fastest route.
Proven.
Yeah. But just to go over like the character creation stuff. So like male, which is faster because reasons, but pyromancer, we want to choose pyromancer because not only does it give us this armor, which is useful for a glitch because of its weight load, called air rolls, but we also can get fireball and a pyromancer's flame to start off at the very beginning without too much setup, and that'll allow us to do another glitch called homeward wrong warps. Now you don't need to have those to do homeward wrong warps, but it's just like a fast way to just get it going already. And then we need fire bombs for several reasons, to kill enemies or bosses faster. We don't need the master key because of another skip we'll be doing later. So that allows us to pick fire bombs and saves a good amount of time over the entire run. And then everything else doesn't really matter.
Average though.
Yeah, well, average. So a lot of people pick very slim. I pick average because it's just the first thing that pops up, and it saves me like a second.
Optimizing your
my character creation.
character creation.
Yeah, I just spam confirm
This isn't
after
PS2.
picking your gift. Oh. Well, other than that, though, I think we're ready to go. Are you ready, Duck?
Yeah, that's
All right.
started.
So, DP, get ready on timer. I'm going to count you in on go. I would like you to start that timer. So, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So here is the first segment, the Asylum, the beginning of every speedrun in Dark Souls. Pretty straightforward. I won't be doing the fastest Asylum because we need to go upstairs after talking to Oscar to grab our Pyromancy Flame, which is a little annoying because there are hollows up there that can be not so nice, but we need that for homeward wrong warps later.
Yeah. Other than that, it's going to look like pretty much the normal start. 5 bombs at the Asylum Demon, and then just run straight through the gate. Yeah, just stand on. Just find like a brick or something.
Yeah, I have like a certain
Run
brick on that
forward.
patch of rubble that I use, and I just start my firebomb throw to stop me there.
Yeah.
And we don't need any of these items here, so we're just going to run past. But that means that this hollow pretty much always blocks us. We got to slap him out of the way. Now there is a trick that you'll see in some routes where people will quit out at this wall to save some time baiting the boulder down, but since we're going back upstairs anyways, that boulder is still there, and we're just gonna bait it down like normal. Talk to Oscar and get the keys to leave, and then head upstairs like I was saying earlier.
And especially because in this route you're not going to be resting in Firelink, so you can't do any of the meme strats. Like, well, you could, but it would probably be a bad idea.
So you can
like backstep it.
You can backstep the boulder, and it saves like half a second, but it also does a lot of damage to you, and you don't really want it. You're already taking damage on this drop here, so you don't want to take any more, honestly.
Yeah.
And normally in runs I would quit out here, but you know.
Although this can be kind of fun without quitting. Oh no, you're all right. No hollows dropping down.
Yeah, that's true. They can. They can do that. Neat optimization here, where you just pull up the key settings menu, and then you can skip the Firelink arrival message. And we're already on our way, heading up to Undead Burg for the beginning of the run. We need to get some stuff from the merchant in Undead Burg, but also take care of Tourist Demon. This is just the best time to take care of Tourist Demon. And he's kind of a pushover enemy, so like early game gear will take care of him pretty well. Although he can be annoying sometimes.
Yeah, it's kind of like this works out in multiple ways. One is that merchant here, so you can buy the rapier and the longbow, which is the move swap weapons. And also you can get the gold pine resins by swapping to get the
right. So we're gonna do a prop swap glitch here. So we're gonna buy
just...
one arrow. That's for Hellkite. Rapier is Duckstead. Club. That's for Taurus. Bow for the move swap glitch. I need throwing knives because we won't have enough decks to use our bow properly for a few things. And then we did a prop swap there from the orange soapstone to the residence key in order to get these gold pine resins up here. We didn't have enough souls to buy the residence key because we bought all that other stuff, but we used a glitch to allow us to afford it.
Yeah, for whatever reason, in the sort of internal list of the menu, the orange soapstone is in first position.
Yeah.
So you can prompt swap it to what's in first position in another tab, which is the key he needed to open that door that he just went through.
Yeah. Grab the resins, which will be useful for Tourist Demon and the Hellkite Drake Tailcut, which will come right after. I'm actually going to heal here for safety because like I'd rather not die here.
Yeah, this fight with the club, it's like, oh yeah, club damage is good and you get a stagger, but it's just like
it's
quite
weird.
Slow.
Yeah, this fight can go wrong for multiple reasons, but it's usually not a big deal. Nice lag, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you can get, like, baby hits on this guy, which means that you have to deal an extra attack, but I didn't get any there, so that was a pretty good kill.
Yeah, that was pretty nice. Yeah, and so this is going to be the use of the one arrow, which is to get Hellkite down.
Yeah, you could use a throwing knife on him, but it's just so ridiculously annoying. So I just buy the one arrow. I just need to bait this one crossbow archer that survives. Buff. Two-hand, and this is a 2-hit tail cut, which is nice. And so we're gonna go and do gargoyles here. We could do gargoyles later, but it's actually just a little bit faster in terms of pathing to do them now, even though the fight's a little slower. But in order to do that, we actually need to level up Dex by 1 so we can actually wield the Drake Sword. So that's why we rest there.
One downside of Pyromancy start is it's not quite good enough.
Well, this is a scary part of the run, though. Like, I could definitely die here, so I'm going to do a quit out past this gate. Because if I died and that gate was closed, I'd have to go through the underground area and all this stuff. So I'm just going to quit out here for safety. I'm going to go ahead and move swap early so I can knock these Balder Knights out of the way. I can't use any of my gear and I don't have a shield. So move swapping here is a pretty good idea. just doing it early. Like, you could move swap off the ladder animation. You'll see other routes doing that on the way to Gargoyles, but this guy is a huge pain when you, for example, without that. All right, so here's Hollow Room. All right, that was nice. So we're after this fight, we're going to be doing reverse Hollow Room. It's really helpful to kill that one dude right there that I just killed. Otherwise, he's very annoying on the way back out. So we're gonna fight Gargoyles, and then I'm gonna quit out as they die, which is going to put me just outside of the arena, because I'm gonna quit out after they die, but before the arena becomes stable ground.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's kind of tight timing. I don't know exactly how tight.
It's really not that bad.
You just sort of learn a cue for it, really. Ooh.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of time, but it's really not that bad. Oh, nice.
Yeah, you can do that on quite a lot of bosses.
This isn't great RNG.
Oh,
it's okay. I'm gonna heal. All right, see if I get this quit out. Yeah, I got it. Nice. So this will put me the beginning, and it also resets these enemies, because we're going to be going through here backwards. And hopefully, like, these guys can just sometimes give you really, really bad patterns, and there's not much you can do, but okay, they were pretty nice there. Then we're just going to immediately go into Sin's Gate skip.
Yeah. So Sin's Gate skip, kind of like a solid contender for one of the most well-known skips, I guess, at this point.
Yeah, ubiquitous, but pretty much every route uses it. Not all of them, but most of them. It's just like it's such a useful like routing method as well. Even if you actually need to ring the bells and kill the bosses, like just being able to go to Anorlando early is really nice.
Yeah, a lot of good weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Golem gives you a bunch of souls.
Yeah. It all kind of pays off.
And since we killed Gargoyles, we have a lot of like souls there versus like what you normally would probably have. I think you get 24 endurance already.
So this glitch is, as we've talked about it just a second ago, but essentially you trigger this camera and not the plane which is supposed to kill you at the same time. And the game stops loading new things, so the gate isn't loaded, so you can just run through. But thankfully, the ground is loaded.
Yeah,
that's kind of the very short explanation of what that is. For anyone who still hadn't seen that.
Yeah, for anyone that's been living
well,
outside of the realm of Dark Souls speedrunning for a while. But yeah, there's still new people, so it's always good to explain.
Right. And yeah, he's got the bow and the rapier out. He's already done move swap once.
Mm-hmm.
You've already seen the running attack of the rapier on the Drake sword, which is basically by two-handing a bow and then swapping it out for something that isn't a bow.
Yeah,
because you've queued it.
Yeah, and, it's not as obvious the power of the glitch until we get the dragon tooth. Then it'll become pretty obvious.
Yeah.
With the Drake sword, like it's okay, but
it's a bonus, but it's not like the Drake sword is still. It's not massively slow like the dragon tooth, and it doesn't do as much damage. But it's still slightly better, like especially actually in the Golem fight coming up more so than Gargoyles fight.
Mm-hmm.
Move swap is quite a lot better than.
Yeah, you really you don't even need move swap for Gargoyles, but it is nice to have.
Oh, yeah, so yeah, you're just running attack this guy, get him out of the way.
Yep.
He'll just block you otherwise. And yeah, just make it through all the cycles and sends. So yeah, coming up is Iron Golem. It's going to be done using the sort of standard speed route, especially when you don't have a lot of damage. So the idea is to deal 400 damage below the sort of knees on his shins. To get him to stagger, and then a further 200 to get him to fall. And in this route, the positioning it's kind of like precise. You attack from certain positions, and Iron Golem has sort of two patterns that it'll usually do.
Yeah.
One is the stomp, which is a bit faster, and the other one he sort of tries to punch, I guess, is it?
Yeah.
Like punch down.
Yeah. Well, that's what you want him to do.
One of those. Stomp is.
Yeah, this is honestly like one of the hardest fights in the run, but most people have probably been running the game for a while, so they're quite used to it. Like we've been doing this strat for a few years now, so it's not too bad, but it is like when you're first learning it, this is not an easy strat to do.
Yeah, it's like it's quite precise, but it is consistent, so there's not like much randomness involved, other than whether you get the stomp or not.
Yeah, and you can get quite good at it, but it is not that easy.
As long as you do those attacks in that pattern, it's like the fight looks the same pretty much every time.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's, you know, it's solved. That's how, you know, that works for this fight.
So I'm going to take this safety bonfire. It's pretty bad to die on the rafters here. And because of the routing for this run, you just really can't afford to get extra decks to wield your weapons.
Yeah, so it's a bit more annoying to poke people out of the way.
Yeah, so I'm actually gonna move swap. I actually don't have this. Oh, that's because I haven't duped yet. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you haven't duped yet, so I guess it just. Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Attack. But at least you.
I thought I had my bow on.
You can now use the Drake sword.
Yeah,
so,
amazing.
It didn't take a week. But
I remembered it was on no. Very impressive. Because usually it's on yes, but I leveled up. Yeah, so far this route isn't even that different from what you would normally see. Like the Gargoyles stuff is probably a little new, but it will you'll definitely start to see some variations later. Right now it's pretty much just standard.
Yeah, it's fairly pretty much most routes. So, you know, you have to go here. Whether or not you do Gargoyles early just depends on like what's faster, I guess, in this game.
Yeah, and if you really want to do it or not.
Like the previous route, like the ES Mailers route, you would see not do it because it has to ring the bell, so you can't quit out.
Right. Yep. That quit out is pretty nice. And it's really not that bad to do once you get some experience with it. It's same for reverse hollow room. Like that reverse hollow room can definitely be a meme, and they can just like kill you without much you can do about it. But usually it's fine. Right, so here's the standard. Like we're taking the Darkmoon Tomb bonfire, so we can go to it later, but also to do our level up here, and we're gonna do a trick that's going to. We're going to take the elevator up, but we're going to do a quit out that's going to leave the elevator down, so we don't have to call it back down later.
It's also going to grab this ring, which it doesn't actually matter what it does. It just matters that it's a ring and it's convenient.
Yeah, what it does is it becomes unequipped. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's like a miracle damage boosting ring.
Right.
So if you're doing miracles only, that's actually like a nice bonus that it's on the way, but any other route, it's not that useful.
It's just literally used to unequip and to use for a glitch called ESM. And this Gargoyle's not in a good place.
No, he's going to block you, isn't he? Oh, he's taken off. Oh, he might be letting you through.
Oh, look at this. Look at this gamer. Can I get it? Oh, did I get that? I'm not sure if I got that.
Oh, I don't know, because you I'm not sure if you landed.
Oh, he's so good.
You got it.
Got it.
I wasn't sure that would have counted.
So that's the strat. Like you basically land on the platform to save your position, but before the elevator animation ends, so it actually just sends it back down. That gargoyle can mess with you while you're doing it, though, as you saw, and so it can be annoying sometimes. But
yeah, the gargoyle is one of the enemies that doesn't get reset when you rest at a bonfire. He'll only get reset if you quit out.
Yeah, you can quit out for like just some safety, but I feel pretty comfortable doing it usually.
It's just can be unlucky.
Yeah. Sometimes there's nothing you can really do if you don't quit out.
If he blocks you like he looked like he might have done, then you're just gonna lose time.
Yeah.
Also, the gargoyle can hit you and kill you, which is even more annoying.
Yes.
So it's like I tend to quit out there, but I'll take the time loss if the gargoyle goes on the stairs. He doesn't always, so
yeah.
we usually just pay attention to like if he can also block you at the bonfire, and so that's always a fun one when you're trying to rest and you see the gargoyle like charging up on you.
You see that you can't rest and you're like, oh no, I know it's about to happen, and then the gargoyle just slams on top of you. So we took that bonfire there, which normally you wouldn't, but for safety reasons, we're taking it because it's just a chance.
Yeah,
this
that's
boss
like
kills me.
the standard safety bonfire that you'll see in like pretty much everyone.
It's extra slow in this route though, because it means that after Stray, I'm gonna warp back here, so I have to do a double warp on the way to Priscilla, but it's not a big deal. I could have just warped back with the bone, but whatever. Okay, so here comes the ONS fight. You're not going to see much difference if you watched a lot of Dark Souls speedrunning, but if you haven't, then you'll get to experience the power of move swap here with the dragon.
Yeah, this is sort of like the first stage of Dragon Tooth, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's +0, so it's still a big jump in what you were doing before. But it's gonna get a lot better later.
Alright, good RNG. Get the charge. See if Ornstein, okay, jumped away a little bit.
Yeah, that's not usually too bad of a position.
Yeah, there we go. That's fine.
As long as you get him before he gets his attack off, like, then you're usually okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, thankfully both these bosses are a 2-hit stagger with the Dragon Tooth. It's the same as with the Black Knight Greatsword as well. But
yeah, but there's a difference between BKGS and Dragon Tooth in the amount of stamina they consume. The BKGS uses an enormous amount of stamina with move swap attacks.
But also you have a lot more stamina in this route than BKGS would have.
That is also true.
It does make this fight a bit better.
Yeah.
The downside of Dragon Tooth is just that it's so heavy that you're still you mid-roll.
So normally
a little bit longer.
You would see people line this up.
You'd quit out here to skip this animation as well. But
well, normally you would see people shooting Guinevere with an arrow here. But we don't have, since we don't have the dex to wield our bow, Guinevere actually takes 2 shots to kill. So we're gonna hit her with a throwing knife.
It's funny.
Yeah. Oops. All right, now we're on our way to Stray Demon, which is going to be a very exciting fight.
So this is the fight that everyone was really happy that it got taken out of the race route, the Esmeralda route, and got turned into a sorcery-based fight. But not so lucky for Regole.
No, it's okay though. It can be very annoying sometimes. It's just really RNG heavy.
He's also going to be buying the Miracle Homeward and a talisman, and a talisman in order to do the wrong warps later.
Which like
unfortunately Petrus talks for ages.
Yeah. So like that's the main reason why you can't get 12 decks in this route, because you need the souls to buy that. Buy a Homeward and the talisman there.
Yeah, he also overcharges, which is just rude. Like you can buy it later from Rhea for much less, but
you need to be able to level up 38 endurance and buy Homeward. And if you level 12 decks, you have to do extra dupes to get there. So you could do the 12 decks, it's just going to be a little slower.
Yeah, so Regole just doing a little bit of inventory cleanup.
Yeah.
Like,
always have a lot of garbage here. Ooh, nice cutscene. So we're going to do a move swap here, and while I'm move swapping, these hollows are going to move forward, and I'm going to try to Goomba Stomp this one, which I missed, but it's okay. Usually I try to Goomba Stomp that one so I don't have to wait too long, and it'll stagger him and he won't hit me. Those hollows can be very annoying. All right, so this is good RNG from Stray here, which is nice.
Yeah,
Should be able to
letting you
get
attack
3
right at the beginning.
attacks. Yeah, nice. All right.
Extra stamina does it, like, helps quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sort of goal is to get like multiple attacks on him per stray attack.
Yeah, this is the bad attack, the fly, but it allows you to regen stamina at least. So that was actually a pretty good fight. You don't lose that much time on the fly ups if you use it to regen a lot of stamina. But there are times where you have like full stamina and he flies up and you can't get him, or he flies up at the very end, which is like really annoying. And he also like moves really weird and has very strange hitboxes. It's like you'd think it'd be easy to hit something that big, but it's very easy to miss.
And yeah, the little turnaround to duck underneath the
knight's thrust, yeah. So this is what I was talking about earlier. Normally you would just go straight back to this bonfire, but since we took the ONS safety bonfire, I had to do an extra warp. But it's not a big deal. But in runs, this is actually pretty fluid. Like just going, it's nice that you just go straight back to this segment. This is kind of a scary segment. Pretty easy to die here. Hopefully it'll go.
So the sort of like 2 main reasons you do this early.
Yeah, speaking on the
one
routing.
of them slightly more main than the other is that you're going to pick up the red sign soapstone, which is going to be used for the glitch we've mentioned multiple times, which is ESM, which is equip slot manipulation. And it basically this soapstone shares the same ID as the red tearstone ring, but it's in a different category. So it's a consumable instead of a ring, or a good, or whatever it is underneath. But using the glitch, we can equip items from one category in another category, and the game only checks what the ID is to decide what it is.
What ID and what slot it is
ID.
in.
Yeah, because it shares the ID with the ring, equipping the soapstone as a ring using the glitch gives you the effect of red tearstone ring. And actually it appears as red tearstone ring.
That's why we basically just try to get to this area as soon as we can. And in order to get to this area, you have to kill Stray Demon, so that's why you do the +0 Stray Demon fight and all that. I'm gonna go for a plunge here. Hopefully I don't die to a hollow underneath. Okay, cool. He wasn't there. Sometimes a hollow just follows you, and he's right where you land and will kill you.
Yeah.
We're good. So this is
the plunge there was a
go ahead.
full damage cancel as well. He did that to so you didn't take any full damage, which just skips healing here, which is
you technically don't have to heal, but I was just about to say this bridge run is kind of scary, especially at low HP.
Yeah.
Like this takes a decent amount of practice to like know how to dodge these arrows properly, because you can't really see them coming at you unless you turn your camera around, which is annoying. Well, that was a late arrow shot, so I was rolling it for safety, but it missed anyways. So here's another, like normally you would shoot Priscilla with an arrow to know where she's at, but the arrow actually doesn't stick in her if
it just bounces off.
if we only have 10 decks, so we're gonna use a throwing knife. This boss can be really annoying as well, especially since I don't have a lot of damage yet. But that was good. That was decent RNG. Not a great spawn, but she gave me good attacks there.
Yeah, didn't get in a corner and ice or whatever. Or do lots of swipes, you have to dodge.
All right, so now we're moving on to Hydra. Which can you try to explain all this stuff while I'm doing it?
Okay, so yeah, this is like the major change that made Dragon Tooth, I guess, a bit more viable than it has been in a while. Is he's going to do both the ESM, which is going to do quantity storage in order to buy 999 pikes, which is going to cram his inventory. He's going to buy some other stuff like the crest and maybe a shield at the same time. The main thing is he's going to buy 999 arrows and going to use those with quantity storage to buy 999 pikes. He's going to do a prompt swap to buy the crest because he won't have the souls. And then he's going to look at the pikes again You saw the little insufficient souls. So now what that's done is this has stored a negative value in memory. He needs to keep that value right up until Hydra. Well, till after he's killed Hydra, because Hydra will drop a dragon scale, and we want to use the negative value that is stored to dupe the dragon scale. So in order to do that, he's also going to do the ESM glitch now while he does the running attack.
Yes.
So you saw the little dialogue question. That's the side effect of having too much weight in your inventory, is you can't remove a ring, and you get that dialogue.
Normally, in most routes, you would just be able to hit that door and quit out and de-aggro these enemies, but if I quit out, I will actually lose that negative quantity that I stored at Andre.
Yeah.
So that is one reason why I'm killing these trees, so I can rest at this bonfire.
Yeah, they will block this bonfire for you, which is not very fun.
But also, it is important to kill those trees because we need a certain amount of souls to upgrade to +2 on our Dragon Tooth right after the segment. So it actually ends up being doubly useful to kill those trees.
And you'll see he's put on all of this armor. This is to take extra fall damage to set up Red Cistern Ring, which he's just got through ESM for the Hydra fight.
Yeah, so if anything goes wrong here, if I have to quit out or if I die before I dupe the scales, I have to go back to Andre to get the negative quantity again. So hopefully this goes fine. It shouldn't be too bad, but you know, like Hydra does some weird stuff sometimes.
So yeah, if you jump as well when you reach a ledge, you can equip stuff while you're in the air. Whereas if you fall off, you can't. So that's like a subtle thing. So it's faster to do the equip in the air, but you have to jump.
All right, so I need to toss 2 bombs here, so then I have enough time to dupe a soul off of this jump attack. Nice. And if both of those bombs connected properly, he should die with a running attack right here. Nice. Perfect.
I didn't realize you actually did the dupe off the...
yeah, I started doing that because of... Oh, I screwed up. Oh my god. I messed up the dupe. Well, it's okay.
Yeah, so he's lost the quantity now, so he's going to have to go back to Andre.
I fumbled the inputs. Yeah, it's okay. I'll just have to go back to Andre.
And we'll see him look at pikes again.
Yeah, since I'm killing...
Did you already drop the pike and do that? Yeah, you... Oh, no, you do it at Seath.
Yeah, I haven't dropped the pike yet.
You just still got it. That's fine. Yeah.
No, so I duped that soul there now because of, I don't have Gwyndolin soul anymore.
Yeah, because you do it later. Right. So yeah, he's got to go back to Parish. You see, he's just got over 20,000, which will be enough to upgrade the Dragon Tooth.
Yeah, Dragon Tooth is very expensive to upgrade.
Yeah, that's sort of like one of the things that makes it in BKGS kind of tough to do is like Dragon Tooth has some higher requirements for souls.
There we go. All right, now I have my scales.
Yeah, so by dropping a negative number, it just adds that many to your inventory. Of course, it maxes out at 99, but there you go. So now he gets +2.
Yep.
And like the reason he just goes and does Seath the +2 is because it actually doesn't make any difference to how many hits you need.
Yeah.
The fight here.
But we can use the souls from Seath afterwards to upgrade to +5.
Yeah.
Which is a slight routing change that recently happened. For a good reason. Which you'll see after this.
2-hit Seath, but you need more strength than Regole's going to have souls for.
Yeah, exactly.
In order to do it.
So +5 and +2 doesn't matter at all. Oh no! I forgot to place the Lord Vessel.
Regole.
So forgetful. I guess we'll have to do this.
So this is like a new version of a skip. It's been known about for a while, but no one really had setups or wanted to do it. So this is the Golden Foggate skip. the Seamwalk version. Basically, when you get up on that ledge, there's like a 1 pixel seam that you can climb along, and that'll get you all the way to above the Golden Fog Gate, and from there you can just enter Duke's Archives.
Yeah, it's hard to
So
do this skip quickly, but it's really not too bad to do if you just want to take your
You
time.
can see there's quite a lot of lineups with the
Yeah.
bow involved, at least for now.
And then
If
we're still
people
not
find,
home
like,
free.
bonus.
We still have to clip inbounds right above this pig, who is sometimes not so nice.
He's gonna, like,
All right, nice. We got it. That wasn't too bad.
yeah, and for some reason that you can just clip in there.
Yeah,
I think you
it
can
does
do the
work
whole
in the
skip in remastered.
I'm pretty
I
sure
think-
it all works in remaster. They do a different version of it, but you can do
Yeah.
it that way in the remaster. I'm pretty sure.
Mostly the route doesn't have a bow, and no one wants to try and do it bow.
Yeah. Ah!
That hollow is always kind of scary.
Yeah, 'cause he'll based on how he moves, he can like block you or not, and make the other ones catch up to you, and then throw you off on the channeler. All right, so here's some cool stuff. This is obviously not faster RTA, but in game time this saves a couple seconds. It's a up warp going up to Duke Skip. You just get caught in this lever here, and then kind of walk off, and it should up warp me. And then we're gonna be doing the new version of Duke Skip, which is very cool and very easy.
Quite a comfy setup.
And I equipped the Dragon Tooth here just for the extra fall damage.
He just likes the look of the dragon tooth on the back.
You guys like my back tooth? Look at that. It's easy. Anyone can do it.
But,
Yeah.
you said that before. I was half waiting for you to just fall off there.
Yeah.
Um,
So there's also another skip that I could be doing up here but it is really risky, easy to mess up, and if I do mess it up, I just have to do all of this over again, so we're not going to do it. But there's a skip called a slope quit out that you can do coming up. And you'd also have to do a ladder skip there to set up your HP, which I didn't do. Just to, you know, shout
make
it
sure
out.
you didn't do the
Yeah.
slope out.
Yeah, so this is not the optimal way to go through here, but it's just such an easy to fail skip, and
If you want to see it,
this again.
if you want to see an easy to fail skip, you can go and watch Adder's run from GDQ a few
Yeah.
years ago,
Yeah.
where he
Failed
attempted
it
it
twice.
several times. Yeah.
Yeah. We're just gonna be doing the easy way through here. You know, this works fine. But the slope quit out does save like, I don't know, like 18-20 seconds over doing this pathing. This is very
This is
fast.
kind of like
This is the
classic.
easy mode way to get through here.
yeah.
Need to do one more jump for RTSR here. Good. Alright, cool. And this should be pretty straightforward. We're going to do some pathing here because of these clams. These clams can actually get in the fight with you. We have a setup here doing particular pathing to kind of like... They like
try and bait them in certain directions so they don't.
Yeah, and they box
pull
each
in.
other in. Right here. See, like those two, like box another clam from like getting in. So I don't know. It works. It's pretty consistent. Sometimes they get through, but usually not. This is honestly like a especially bad route for them to get through because I have to drop the pike after this. Pretty easy fight.
Three running attacks.
Yep. Then I drop the pike, so I'm resetting the pike's weight here, so I'm no longer crammed, and I can change rings out now. And then we're going to be moving on to Gwyndolin, if you want to talk about Gwyndolin here.
Oh, yeah, so there's this new technique for Gwyndolin. This is another Andor special. which is that we've known for a while that if you toggle like weapons at certain times, it kind of messes with enemies and they might not do anything. But it turns out there's like a consistent setup from load that you can do where you toggle your weapons, and Gwyndolin in particular just doesn't wake up. He just doesn't start in time. And that means you can attack him before the first teleport away, which is pretty nice. So yeah, you see all that weapon toggling. For whatever reason, it like deloads your character.
Yeah.
when
And
you
there's
toggle.
a 5-second cycle of aggro that all the enemies use. And we're basically doing a setup to make to where we're not visible by the enemies when that cycle starts.
Yeah, and getting that fight is why Seath is now done with +2.
Yes.
Pretty much. Like,
And that
might have
saves
been +2
like
anyway, but that's quite a big
saved
save.
like 14 seconds off my summer best doing that.
Yeah, but that's also assuming you had like good Gwyndolin.
I mean, I had a
RNG.
pretty good Gwyndolin gold to begin with.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's 14 seconds against good Gwyndolin rather than 14
Right,
seconds
right,
against
right.
what you normally
It's
get in
exactly
runs.
like on average, it probably saves like 20 seconds. You know, maybe more.
At least, yeah. 'Cause yeah, you definitely get the run where Gwyndolin just spams attacks
Yeah.
you can't punish.
That's honestly such a big thing because Gwyndolin was like a huge aim for
RNG.
all bosses runs for many years, and being able to just solve that is so nice. Because it's like the strat is not only is it consistent, but it's like purely faster. You know,
Yeah.
it's not like
Yeah,
we're doing
Gwyndolin-
some slow setup to get consistent RNG.
Yeah.
It's
like you can
pure
actually
speed.
do this to like a bunch of other bosses, but
Yeah,
most
but
of the time it
most
doesn't really
it's
help.
right. Mostly it doesn't save time on other bosses, even though you can do setups for them. But on Gwyndolin,
at
it's
least
just
not-
pure speed.
Yeah, at least not in like a versus like a decent fight.
Right. Yep. All right, so here's the DLC. Now this is a big change for the new route. This DLC is gonna go by quick unless I die, because if I die, then it's gonna go really slow. Because I won't have any bonfires in the DLC.
Yeah, so you die to Manus, it's not fun.
This is bad, but we didn't die. Okay, good. Yeah, he's not being very nice to me. Okay, great. All right, cool.
Well, did you say you didn't die? I thought like
Well, I said that before I got sniped. So yeah, that boss is awful. As you can see.
yeah, Guardian can be kind of it's one of those random fights, but
It's okay.
actually not
That's like the best boss to die to in the DLC, because like otherwise it's really bad.
Yeah, the worst bosses are what it must be. I guess
Probably
Calamite
Calamite or yeah.
equally bad.
Well, the thing is with Calamite, because if you die to him, your next fight's gonna be really slow as well.
Yeah, but I was mostly thinking of like how many guardians you're gonna have on your way.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's
Double
a reason that
Guardian.
when I did this in when I did the race route with township skip and
I
no
mean,
guard
if
feed, but
we have double
it took the
guardians,
bonfire.
it'll just be more fun for the stream.
Yeah. It took the bonfire for
Yeah, you can take that first bonfire after Guardian, and it's not a big deal.
yeah, if you've done not in this routing, but yeah, if you've done Sif and
Right. Yeah. Which
Butterfly
you could make them earlier if you really wanted to. Because now
you can,
we're getting
take
like,
that bonfire.
now we're getting +5 on the way to Gwyndolin, so you could do that without losing like any time. But I kind of like the routing as it is now, where we're gonna do Sif and Butterfly later.
Yeah. It's kind of like you kind of want to get to the Calamite fight and get that out of the way.
Yeah. Especially in this route, because Calamite, getting an optimal Calamate's really hard. Dude, this guy is not being very nice. Okay. There we go. Alright.
Yeah, you only really need like the one opening and then
Yeah.
Guardian is done. kind of
Yeah,
thing.
well, you want to make sure that your stamina's pretty high on the first attack, so you can
And get the
regen
second
enough
one off in
stamina.
time.
Yeah, to get the second attack before he does something. But yeah, as long as you do that, as soon as you get an opening, the boss is dead. There is a toggle set up for Guardian, actually. It's just like... It's a little bit slower than an optimal fight, but you could absolutely do it and not lose, like, much time.
Yeah, I suppose you could just run straight at Guardian, talking like a mad person.
I honestly need to time that, because Androv did it and showed it and said it wasn't, like, a big difference. And, I mean, that mitigates you getting fights like I just had, you know, so it might be worth doing. But it definitely won't be as fast as, like, the optimal fight, where Guardian will do his jump attack, and then you counter hit him for a one-shot. That is very, very fast. But
you won't be able to get a one-shot without the counter.
Yeah.
Unless you get Guardian to, like, just wake up as you're doing attack, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so here's arrows. This is why I have all this equipment on, for very precise equip load, which lets me just roll in the air. And I frame the fall damage.
The camera was up, but he was rolling in the end.
Oh, yeah. That's because the way I do it, yeah.
He's hiding the cheats from you.
Well, I try to turn my camera around so when I come out of there, I'm, like, already facing the right way.
Yeah, so a few green blossoms and fire bombs to make sure you can deal with... well, green blossoms is just good for these fights, but the fire bombs is for Bed of Chaos at the end.
Yeah. So you can two-shot Artorias. If he jumps away, I didn't get the second hit, though. Oh, that's not too bad, though. At least I didn't die.
Just, you have to regen the stamina.
Alright, so here's...
More annoying than needing the extra hit is that you've got to wait in order to take the extra hit.
Here
to be able to sprint again.
Is the
Yeah,
coolest
so this is
slash probably hardest part of the run. It's not really hard to get a bad fight with this, but getting a perfect fight with this route is pretty tough because I have to land double hits on the opener, which is very precise.
Yeah.
That's
actually
melee Gothless Calamite. We're going to be killing Calamite in the air without Goth shooting him down with a melee weapon. So just watch it.
There's a lovely picture of the hitbox that shows why this works. Is that hitbox extends quite a bit further than you would be led to believe by looking at Calamite. And yeah, you can just hit the tail in the air.
Nice, got the double hit, so I can get a 3 cycle here, which would be very fast. And one of the main reasons why this route is basically as fast as BKGS. Alright, so I got a rare cycle. So we're gonna basically deload him, make him do something different, come back, and then start shrugging again. 3, 4... And we're using the HP bar there off in the distance to tell when he's going to come back.
Yeah, you can just see like a little red bar appear on the right-hand side, and that tells you that Calamite is on his way.
That happens because I damage him, which loads the HP bar, but I don't look at him, so it doesn't deload the HP bar, and it'll just show him coming in from behind the mountain, which is very useful. Like, this glitch is... People have, like, seen this glitch happening all the time. Like, if you really pay attention, you'll notice it, but, like, it's never really been useful until this. It is very useful for this, though.
Yeah.
And that was a perfect fight. Well, not perfect because he gave me a
rare cycle. Yeah.
Rare cycle, but other than that, perfect. And then
rare cycle is very much in quotation marks at this point, I think.
Yeah. And so after his death animation starts, you're okay to quit out. And then since that's not stable ground yet, it just warps you all the way back up here. We can immediately go and do Manus, and we don't have to run through the township part of the DLC at all, because we're going to be doing a skip called Township Skip up ahead. And this is a big reason why the route is pure melee, because this skips Darkbead pickup. But it is very, very fast way to get through the DLC. It skips, like, a good amount of... Like, I don't know, how much does it save? Like, 80 seconds or something?
It was like 70 to 80, somewhere in that region.
Oh, accidentally hit the S key, so it messed it up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So what he's trying to do is he's trying to do like a delayed air roll from a plunge. Like if you do a plunge out of the plunge animation, you can roll, and because he's set up with the right weight to do air rolls, this means he can do the plunge and then go into air rolls, and thus negate fall damage that way. If you try to just air roll down here, you will not have enough stamina. So that's why you have to do this plunge setup.
Yeah.
You can get enough stamina, but not in this route.
Yeah, like
you need
you can
40 endurance and the Ring of Favor and
right,
Protection.
exactly, which is like
Or
quite a
full
lot to get.
Yeah. Or you need full control, which obviously is kind of out of the way. So instead, you have to do this setup. Oh,
It's really not hard though. It just like there's a keyboard binding that we use to make it not very difficult to do the delayed roll.
If you try to do it on controller, it's probably
Yeah.
a little bit more tricky.
All right, so here's Manus.
Okay, so he's gonna do like a quick fog gate skip here as well. Which is a little bit faster than going through the fog gate.
I didn't get a
Animation.
stored roll on it, so it's good.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take this fight safe.
Yeah, this is kind of the scariest fight. I guess Calamite fight is scary, but it's mostly like consistent. Whereas this fight is random and scary.
Yeah,
Manus
Calamite
can
is
do.
mostly execution. This is, I mean, this is execution as well, but it like there's a good bit of randomness to it. Okay, do you want to explain this thing?
So now he's back in Dark Garden, having not taken any DLC bonfires, but killed all the bosses. So he's going to set up a red tearstone ring with a drop here, and then he's going to do. No, this is another hitboxes are where you not where you think they are. He's going to do what's known as Pike Move Swap Butterfly. And what this is you do, much like you've seen Move Swap used with Rapier, you can also use it with whatever weapon, and in this case he's going to do it with the Pike. That's going to get extra hits in quickly enough to one-shot Butterfly with the Dragon Tooth by hitting it where there's a hitbox where you wouldn't think, like, just off the bridge. I guess I haven't actually seen like where this hitbox is.
Yeah, me either.
But it's like just where he's going to attack.
Yeah, so this fight would be pretty slow if we did not have this. Because we don't have magic in this route. We can't shoot butterfly in the air. You have to like wait for it to land.
Like the first routing of like a BKGS version of this was like, yeah, you go and you'd do all that stuff early, so you could buy like, firebombs from Chester in the DLC, and then do the fight with firebombs. I can't remember if Dan said, like, can you please just, to Androv, just, like, find a melee setup for Butterfly, and then Androv just found a melee setup for Butterfly.
Yeah, it's really weird looking, but it's good, and it's not that hard either. Like, it's easy to mess up. It's like, I think it's like a 4-frame window, but there's a good visual cue that I use for it, and so I rarely mess it up.
Yeah,
But
you seem to have it pretty consistent.
yeah.
Yeah, doing the running attack that way.
Yeah, so you can-
One-shot Butterfly.
You can really see all of these strats coming together that pushes this melee route into existence. Like, it's just like, there's just no reason to do magic, especially because like you just have
like
all
that.
these strats now.
The Butterfly fight used to be one of those fights that, oh yeah, it's faster to do it
Yeah.
with magic, but now actually it's not even faster with versus like before the fight was pretty slow, definitely slower. You have to run a little bit out the way to set up RTSR, but then like so much faster that it's worth doing. He's going to pick up the Hornet Ring because Parry Gwyn is back in all bosses. So
There's Sif. Good boy.
damage to the two parry.
boy.
And yeah, 2 running attacks with DT +5. That's pretty nice.
All right, so now we are moving on to the Quilog segments. So we're going to
Yeah.
be doing another skip.
He's going to first wrong warp to the wrong place, but that's because he needs this bonfire in Parish to be his last bonfire. Like he's going to do a wrong warp back to the map that this bonfire is on, and the default location of the map that bonfire is on is right where he needs to be to do Lower Undead Berg skip for Capra and Gaping. So it's kind of like setting it up in advance.
Right. It's also nice.
Here, but you just ignore him.
It's also nice that the warps give you time to menu all this gear on for this skip.
Yeah, for this next skip, which is Blighttown skip, which is another Seamork skip, except it also involves a transition clip. Transition clip is basically when you go between two maps, and like your character's on one, but the game loads the other map first. I think is the easiest way I have to describe that.
Yeah.
So it's gonna
load new Londo, and we're just gonna clip through the ground.
He's actually still on the Firelink map.
Right.
So he just drops through because the ground for Firelink isn't loaded.
Yeah, we do that setup to just clip through at just the right spot so we land here.
Yeah, and in the stand-up animation, you can quit out, and you don't take the full damage, which is another thing that makes this. There's like a lot of stuff.
All that part's pretty easy, and then this part is kind of hard. I just fell off once.
Yeah.
But like
you can learn like the setup for all of that. It'll take like, I don't know, 20 minutes, half hour or something, depending on how much you play the game.
Yeah, but learning how to do this Seamork,
this part is just awful.
Takes a lot of time.
I hate this part. Like I've done it and then forgotten everything I'd learned.
So I fell off once, but otherwise that was fine. No, not a big deal.
Yeah, and conveniently, Blighttown is just at the bottom of that slide. Not Blighttown even. Quelaag's Domain is at the bottom of that slide.
No Blighttown here.
Don't go through Blighttown at all.
Yeah, so this is a hard fight.
I'm sure you do enough damage.
Yeah.
I need to level up a bit more.
This is like you're really starting to see now, like especially one of the non-DLC bosses, like how much damage I'm really doing.
Yeah, +5 kind of just crushes.
Yeah, Dragon Tooth
in its path
is so powerful when upgraded with Move Swap and Red Tear Stone Ring. So here's another skip, Fire Sage elevator clip. I'm gonna be quitting out over and over again here, and you see that elevator's loading in just after my character is. Normally, you couldn't stand on the elevator because that's not stable ground, but every time I reload, the game is actually pushing me backwards because of the stand-up animation. And I'm eventually just going to flip right through. Like this.
And the elevator, the reason he clips through the elevator is because the elevator, nice, didn't get branched, is part of the Demon Ruins map and not part of the Quelaag's Domain map.
And it doesn't work in the remaster because of
the remaster loads it too quickly.
Right, exactly.
Loads in. Same with the other transition clips don't work.
Yeah, they just changed the way that the maps load, I guess.
And now he's going to do the first homeward wrong warp. You're going to see he sort of does a fireball animation, but it looks like a miracle. It's because he's actually casting homeward. And the fireball animation will let him interact with the bonfire before homeward warps him away.
I accidentally triggered the thieves.
Oh, yeah, that's a bit scary. You just quit out.
Okay, yeah, it's alright.
Yeah, by using the bonfire as the game is trying to warp him away, it's like the game has decided to warp you to one place, but you've changed where it's supposed to warp you. And for whatever reason, that warps you to the default location on the map. Nice, thief.
Yeah.
So he ends up the default location in Berg and Parish, I guess, is right after the fog gate in Berg, which is very convenient for this.
Yeah, that was not a very good segment, but whatever. Okay,
so a lot of sort of like the way the end game works is like you're setting up where you want to be for your next strong warp, and then you go and do like something else, and then when you get to the next bonfire, you wrong warp.
Right, and then your position will be at that
your
bonfire you rested at.
The new one, but you warp to the default location of the old one.
Yeah, it's
And
actually
this
really
works.
interesting routing Homer Wrong Warp.
Yeah, it gets a bit confusing. And the glitch where you didn't get the transition
Yeah.
clip. So yeah, he's trying to do a transition clip quit out here to have like the Lower Berg map. The glitch way around is that you want to have depths loaded, but you're in Lower Berg still. Yeah, and you need to drop through before, because the floor you're on is
Right.
still Lower
Yep.
Berg. I think
Yes.
makes sense,
yes.
whether it's right or not.
I almost unequipped my Red Tear Stone Ring, which is another thing
yeah.
about the ESM
Yeah.
glitch. If I unequip that ring, I have to redo the whole glitch.
Because he no longer has the pikes.
Yeah. But I didn't. I stopped
So
myself.
This is a little fog gate skip after that out of bounds running. It takes you up here, and from here we can jump over this wall using this railing to get into the gaping dragon fight a little bit faster. And to set up RTSR.
Yeah, this is actually pretty fast. Oh man, I did not get a running attack there.
Oh, scary.
It's okay.
I think
Oh god, he just got really close to me real fast. Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, yeah, good. I was waiting for you to get the hit in before I said anything. Yeah, so that's Gaping Dragon, which Dark Signing now, because I'm not going to level up anymore. We do enough damage with this. And we've got enough stamina for everything we need. So,
Yeah,
just
this
run
is
down here.
cleanup phase of the run.
Can you do the plunge with the
You can,
dragon
you
tooth?
can. It's just a little like wonky doing it from that positioning, but I do it in runs now. It's not too bad.
Anyway, so yeah,
I
he's
didn't
gonna
take
roll
enough
into it.
damage. Okay, there we go.
Oh. I was gonna say you took some damage to get it, but yeah, you had to take a bit extra. Just the lava sets up RTSR pretty nicely.
Yeah, I messed it up a little bit, but it's okay.
You just got to deal with the stagger, and thankfully it's a two-shot, so Centipede, if the name's right, dies pretty quickly. And taking the bonfire before Centipede actually fulfills like a couple of things. One is that you need to heal, because you have to run across the lava. The other is you do the homeward wrong warp there from the previous one, and it's also going to be used as the bonfire. Well, the map that it's on is going to be, we're going to wrong warp there to do Ceaseless, who currently just been skipped.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go back and get Ceaseless. Actually, Ceaseless is one of the worst bosses to die in this run.
Yeah, because if you die to Ceaseless, you've got to go all the way back.
Yeah.
Unless you take the bonfire, I guess.
Well, no, well, I'm gonna be, in my last bonfire is gonna be at Firelink. I mean, I guess you could take the Daughter of Chaos bonfire at some point.
No, I'm saying if you took the bonfire after you did the wrong warp, like that would be the safety strat.
Yeah, but then... Oh, yeah, yeah. Then you can just...
As long as you wrong warp from Firelink and not from Four Kings, then you're fine.
Yeah,
if
then
you
can
wrong
just...
from Lord Vessel of Four Kings, then yeah.
Because you can just then warp to Firelink for Four Kings.
Yeah.
Ceaseless is not very hard, but, like, I mean, I guess if you make, like, a tiny mistake...
Very punishing.
Yeah.
But then again, this whole
route is like that.
Fire Sage is equally punishing, I guess.
This is a very punishing route in general. But it's not like, I would say most of it isn't as hard as we thought it was going to be. But there definitely is some tough stuff, like, say that nobody's really that good at the Seamwalk Golden Fog Gate skip at Duke's Archives yet. We've gotten good enough at it to where we can just do it, but, like, I feel like no one's really optimal at it yet. And
no one's just sprinting the whole thing.
Right. And Calamite is very difficult in this route. I guess I'll put this on. Hopefully I don't die to Firestorm here.
Yeah, so this is pretty ancient, not a skip, but strat for Better Chaos that even casually I think a lot of people will do once they know about it.
Oh, I'm a little...
Like, be a little annoying.
I stopped a little early.
Did you do the little bow toggle?
No, I use the. You don't need to use the bow toggle when you have the blossom, because the blossom will stop you in place.
Oh, you just use the blossom, right?
Yeah. The blossom will help you get through
these.
these branches a little faster to avoid dying to firestorm. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, roll and a punch to finish. And he's equipped the talisman to be ready to do the homeward wrong warp at Firelink.
Yes.
I guess you started doing it at Firelink because it's just easier menuing, is it? Is that?
I mean, I don't know where else you would do it.
Well, you could do it after Four Kings, but yeah, that's.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Doesn't really
Yeah, I mean,
matter.
it does. I don't know. I haven't
make
really
any
thought about
difference.
that. Yeah, I don't think it's a big difference. So hopefully I don't die here. I haven't died to him in a while. I suppose it's possible.
Yeah,
And,
if you were really worried, you could take that bonfire and you lose time for a warp and lighting, which is like 15 seconds or something. I don't know. I'm just making numbers up.
This is a pretty comfy ceaseless compared to like the BKGS route where they have to, since they don't buy throwing knives, they have to shoot him then move swap. I can just move swap early, and it honestly not only is it comfier, it's a little faster because you can
It's their choice, Regole.
Yeah, I know. It's honestly faster. Like, because you hit him with the throwing knife and use a blossom, and then you get a rolling attack, and then it's just 2 move swaps. So it honestly just like saves like a couple seconds as well.
I think the first notes like I made like the outline before we had the pike moves or butterfly. It was just like listed as sketchy Gothless Optimal or something. And yeah, I think I had throwing knives. I'm like,
see, like
why would you...
since I'm not
you're
move
fine
swapping
with that.
there, I can just do a rolling attack, which actually makes the fight faster. So, like they're just choosing to harder fight to and lose time. They're challenge runners, basically.
Gosh.
All right.
Okay. So you can see you got the souls, so didn't warp out too early, which
No,
is the
didn't.
other thing you got to watch out for.
Yes, definitely.
It's a classic one of and Ceaseless is dead.
Yeah,
Yes,
there's an all
Ignore the
bosses no
fact that-
ceaseless leaderboard. All right, I think I have to jump in the middle here. I didn't take a lot of
Yeah,
damage.
I think you did the extra damage.
Yep. All right.
That was quite a low setup.
Well, the thing is, like, since I keep move swap and I had the dragon tooth, I take way more damage than normal on those back steps, the elevator. So sometimes I end up being a little too safe with it.
And yeah, we're gonna see a seal skip, which is very nice.
Gonna do a running attack still skip.
That's like yeah. There's
Easy.
two main advantages. One is that you don't have to run around and open the seal, and the other one is you actually land in a way better spot for the start of the fight.
Definitely.
Like you basically land where the second king is going to spawn, and you can make it to where the first king is going to spawn before the first king gets there.
Which is important because if you're really far away when the first king spawns, there's a very good chance that he's gonna queue up a light or a magic attack. Which happens all the time if you drop in from the normal location, like if you're doing a casual playthrough.
Yeah, if you do glitchless runs or casual playthrough, yeah, you have the.
I mean, same thing, but so.
Dang. Shots fired.
This is a 2 kings fight, but it's pretty comfy with DT +5. You just melt the boss. Like you can miss like multiple hits and it doesn't matter. You'll still probably get 2 kings.
Yeah, and also it's fast enough that you have loads of time to get to the second.
Yeah, I can just stand here all day, like, waiting for this next king to spawn. We're getting pretty close to the end now. There's only 2 more segments to go after this. And we can just basically spawn kill this one. Yeah, so like,
you just like look on running
there's
attack.
basically no RNG to the fight because it doesn't matter how fast you kill the first king as long as you kill the first king before the second king spawns, which is very easy to do in this route. And then you just spawn kill the second king, so there's just no RNG to the fight whatsoever, really. Like, even if the second king jumps away, as long as you time your first running attack properly, you'll be able to kill him.
Yeah, is on to the sort of last Old Soul, last main boss, which is Nito. We'll ignore there may be something that some might consider a boss in between, but
yeah,
not really.
technically there are three bosses left,
maybe,
but
maybe BKGS runners could.
yeah, it's funny. Like Pinwheel in the BKGS route is kind of annoying because you don't one-shot him, so you have to do like a rolling attack into a running attack, but your running attack can pancake Pinwheel, so then it's like really easy to miss the second hit of that. And then by that time, it's like you can get shot by the clones. Like, so it's not Oh, nice. Move, please.
Oh, nice, you got blocked.
Jesus. No. Oh my God.
Oh, and the thing exploded. Nice. Oh no. Regole, please.
Smooth.
Yeah.
It's really annoying when that skeleton blocks you there.
Did you toggle? Or
I
something?
think I toggled his AI off an accident.
Yeah, like we said about the Gwyndolin thing earlier, is if you toggle AI stop, but you can just do it by accident. And it can nice turn there.
Yeah, thanks. All right, so here's the last air rolls of the run into some bone wheels down below, so this can get a little scary. The skeleton can also hit you in the air sometimes, which he didn't. So that's good.
The other thing that this route skips.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Oh, bone wheel. Oh.
I'm gonna quit out because they're not being very nice there.
No.
That was not a very good pattern.
Yeah, the other thing he skipped that you never used to is you skip hidden body.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What? How did that turn me around? What the? What? I hit A. My character turned directly back around.
Okay.
Interesting movement on this segment. All right. So here's Pinwheel. There's Pinwheel.
Yeah. Dragon Tooth is pretty good.
Indeed.
Little minor skip there is that you open the menu before trying to interact with the ladder, because otherwise you get a big pop-up message telling you about the rite of kindling, which prevents you from using the ladder.
Yeah. Which you don't have to do in Remaster all bosses.
Yeah, you do in Remaster No Wrong Warp.
Yeah.
Not in all
That's
bosses.
one of my favorite dumb things about the Remaster.
It's like the loading, for whatever reason, loading the DLC in Remaster prevents like all of those pop-up messages.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Like the Lord Vessel one you don't get, I think, as well, or any of them. But usually you've got the Lord Vessel first. But for whatever reason you did like Hydra before Lord Vessel, you shouldn't get the pop-up.
That's
weird.
So weird. Yeah, that was Tomb of the Giants, which is like a cool little like parkour run through.
Yeah.
And then not much until Nito here.
So you picked up armor much earlier on entirely.
Yes. Yeah, we didn't even mention that.
Yeah. Did ruin skip, which is just a little jump off a bridge to get to pick up the stone armor, which is just going to be used. It's mostly like it's a bit of damage and a bit of poise.
Yeah. Mostly poise, yeah, but the damage reduction also very helpful. There's also a fall damage cancel plunge I can do into the fight, which is cool. Just a little bit faster. They're showing off the scream dodge. I failed my moose swap.
Yeah.
This is not very smooth fight, but it's okay.
Yeah. Oh, nice dodge.
Should be 4 running attacks. He's gonna AoE me here. It's okay.
Yeah, you got enough health.
Yeah. That's like the main reason that you level up 22-bit earlier on is to just for this fight and for Gwyn RTSR setup as well.
Yeah, and because he rested at the Lord Vessel, it's just going to homeward wrong up here.
Nice, first try.
We'll take him into the kiln.
Sweet.
He's also keeping the helmet on because
Yeah, so I get
damage just enough.
I get 22 vit, which means that like it's a little low for Gwyn. The stone armor fixes it. The stone helmet. Oh, nice. He just totally missed me. So like the 22 vit is better on Centipede. Like 23 vit on Centipede's actually really annoying for the RTSR setup. So I changed it to level 22, which means I need to put on the stone armor here so I can block Gwyn fast attack and still survive.
Nice.
But we can just pretend it's fashion that I'm wearing the stone armor only. Stone helmet only.
Yeah, there's another bit used to. I don't know if you still, I guess, wrong. No, wrong what might change, but yeah, you had that for the Four Kings setup at one point. And you had just the helmet.
Yeah, it's not like that anymore in
thing.
our own warp. You get 24 vit, so fine. Like 24 vit at the least.
I meant for the RTSR. What do you?
On
No, not Gwyn, on Four Kings.
oh yeah.
The helmet.
Yeah, I was thinking yeah for Gwyn.
Yeah.
All right, so there should just be 2 parries on Gwyn. We have Hornet Ring and +5,
Yeah.
and that'll be
That's the run.
well, not quite.
Oh, you got to grab.
Yep. He grabs a lot. So we're just going to quit out as soon as Gwyn dies, and what it's going to do, it's going to warp me to the beginning of the arena, and immediately trigger the final cutscene. And time. That's it.
It's the run. Yeah, it's the same. That quit out's the same thing as you saw at
Gargoyles. Yeah.
You saw it at Capra as well, I think.
Right. Yep. Same thing as Capra. All right. Let's see what the in-game time was. I think it was like 106 something. Yeah, 106.47. That's I died once to Guardian. And I still got a 106. So this round is very, very fast.
Fast.
My sum of best right now is a 59.14, and that's not even fully optimized yet. Right now, the record, which I set a new PB last night, it's 101.49. That's gonna come down for sure. But right now, we're just I don't know, enjoying trying to lower the time with this new super fast route. And like we've already said, there is the BKGS route as well. That is basically they're pretty much a toss up in speed. They're different, but really close in terms of how fast they are. So there's a bunch of people running Dragon Tooth and BKGS. So keep an eye out for them. There's Kata who's learning it right now. There's Mario who's running the BKGS route. I'm running Dragon Tooth. Distortion has been running Dragon Tooth recently. I don't know if he's gonna go back to it after doing Bloodborne, but there's also a race coming up at GDQ next January. So in like a month, between myself and Danflesh, and we're gonna be running dueling routes. We're gonna be the Dragon Tooth +5 route versus the BKGS route on GDQ at the same time to finally determine which route is fastest.
Yeah.
And Duck will be joining us on that as well, because Duck is a routing guru. He knows a whole lot. But yeah, other than that, I guess we're done. And thanks for watching.
I hope you enjoyed the run and some of the explanation.
Yeah.
The bits that we actually explained.
Yeah, we'll have to practice our commentary. Today was like basically GQ practice. But yeah, that's us. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we got Bloodborne coming up.
Yeah. Coming up next.
There's going to be a lot of canon, I believe.
Yes. We have
coming up.
a Haiti showing off
Even
the new.
newer.
Yes, even newer than this. and very, very cool new strats for Bloodborne. That run is now super fast. It snatched sub-hour right from under our nose because we were gonna get it, but then they just found a new glitch and just like destroyed sub-hour so quickly already. And Hades is an awesome runner, and so I'm sure he'll put on a entertaining show.